So good evening to one and all. So we are going to start with module 4. So this is module 4 for 18 and 19 batch, and this is a module 1 for 16-17 batch. So as we discussed yesterday, I shared this material. So we'll see the explanation video of this particular topic, and this is very important. If you want, you just check the SE and makeup question papers, whatever is shared already to you. And we'll start with the conversion between number systems. We have totally 4 number systems. So we know already decimal number system, octal, binary and hexadecimal. So in this, first we are going to see the conversion from decimal to all the 3. So how we are going to convert, we'll see. First one is decimal to octal, that is base 10 to base 8 number system. So base 10 means decimal, base 8 means octal. So we'll take a problem, convert 108.25 to the base 10 to octal. So the given number is decimal number, we should convert decimal into octal. So first we have to take it like this, integer part, fraction part. Integer part means before the decimal point, fraction part means after the decimal point. This we know already. So integer part approach is different. Here integer part is divided by the radix number. See here I want to convert it into octal, so I am taking 8. So divide by 8 for integer part, multiplied by 8 for fraction part. So this material PDF also I will send. See here I am dividing 108 integer part by 8. So I will be getting 13 and remainder is 4, and again I am dividing this 13. I am getting quotient is 1 and remainder is 5. So here the value you should take from bottom to top. So 154. We will be getting 154, that is the integer part of the octal number, and this 1 is most significant digit, and this 4 is least significant digit. Then coming to the fraction part is multiplied by 8. So 0.25, this is a fraction part we have here. So 0.25 into 8, we will be getting 2.00. So once if you get the fraction part is 00, then you can stop the multiplication. So here I got 00, so I can stop the multiplication. Even if you continue also, you will be getting 0 only. So this 2 we have to take it separately. Right? Then the fraction part is 0.20. I got the fraction part 0.20. Then final answer is 154.20. This is a octal number. We'll see the next problem. Now the second case is convert decimal to binary. That means base 10 to base 2. So we'll take an example problem, convert 108.25 to the base 10 to binary. So this number is a decimal number, we should convert this decimal number into binary number. Again the same approach, integer part, fraction part, take integer part separately here, and fraction part I have taken here. See, integer part you should divide by 2 because I want to convert the given number into binary. So we know the base value, radix value of binary is 2. So you have to divide the number integer part by 2. So we have dividing here the given number integer part by 2. So 108, if I divide by 2, I will be getting a quotient 54 and the remainder is 0. And again if I divide, I will be getting 27, remainder is 0. Again if I am dividing, I will be getting 13, remainder is 1. So in the same way I continue until reaches the 1. Then write the value from bottom to top. Remember, for integer part bottom to top, for fraction part top to bottom. Remember. So I got the value integer part is 1101100 and fraction part is 0.25. Here multiplied by 2, so I'll be getting here 0.5 and take the 0, which means the integer part, take it out, and the fraction part again multiplied by 2. Then I got 1.0. Now in this level, the fraction part is 0, so we cannot continue this this multiplication further. So top to bottom, if I write, then I will be getting here 0.01. Then the final answer is 1101100.01. This is the binary equivalent, binary value for this 108.25. So we'll see the next case, next conversion, that is decimal to hexadecimal. That is base 10 to base 16. So we have taken an example problem, that is 108.25 to the base 10 to hexadecimal. This is a decimal number. We need to convert this decimal number into hexadecimal. So integer part, fraction part, again the same method. And the integer part is 108 and fraction part is 0.25. Here you have to divide the number by 16. Here you have to multiply the fraction part by 16. So if I am dividing 108 by 16, I will be getting quotient 6 and the remainder is 12. And you have to write from bottom to top. So 6 and C. C means, so we already know A means 10, B means 11, C means 12, D 13, E 14, F is 15 for hexadecimal. And here I got 12, so 12 means C. Then for fraction part, 0.25 into 16 equal to 4. And the fraction part is here 0. So we cannot continue this multiplication further. So this 4 is the only value we got in this fraction part. So final answer is 6C.4. This is the final answer. So decimal to all the three number system is over. Now we will see from all the three number system how we can get the decimal number. First one, octal to decimal, that is base 8 to base 10. So we'll take an example problem. Convert 154.28 to the base 8 to decimal. See, this number is an octal number because base value is 8. This octal number we should convert into decimal number. We'll see how to convert this octal number into decimal. See, here the method is different. Just listen carefully. See, 154.20, this is what given in the question. And each and every digit has its own position value. See, that position value here I have written, and you should multiply the digits with respect to their position values. Right? See, generally we know in the decimal numbers we will call it as a unit, ones, unit, no, tens, hundreds, like that. Here also we are the digits having its own position values, right? So before decimal point, before radix point, you should take powers all or positive, 0, 1, 2, like that. And after the radix point, -1, -2, like that you have to take. And this base value is depends on the which number system the given number is belongs to. The given number is belongs to octal number system. That's why I am taking here base value is 8. So 8 power 0, 8 power 1, 8 power 2. Here 8 power -1, 8 power -2. Multiply the position values with this digits. Then I will be getting here 64, 44.250. Add all the value. Then you got the decimal number, that is 108.25. Right? Then we'll see the next one, binary to decimal, that is base 2 to base 10. We'll see the example problem. Convert 1101100.01 to decimal. See here also the same method, but base value is 2. Previously you just observe base value is 8. Why? Because the given number is the octal number, but here the given number is a binary number. That's why the base values are 2. The same method how we done in the previous problem, the same method here also we are going to do the problem. 2 power 0, 2 power 1, 2 power 2, 2 power 3. These are the position values. Multiply the position values with respect to the digits. Then we will be getting here 6432084000 plus 0.25. Add all the values. Finally we got the answer 108.25. This is the decimal number. So we'll see for hexadecimal to decimal, that is base 16 to base 10. So example problem, convert 60.4 to the base 16, which means this is hexadecimal to decimal. So same approach for this also. So we'll see how we will be getting that 108.25. See here the base value is 16. Why? Because this is a hexadecimal number. So 16 power 0, 16 power 1, 16 power minus 1. After decimal point means minus. Before decimal point means plus. Remember, multiplying the digits with respect to their position values. I'll be getting here 96 and here 12 and here 0.25. Add all the values. So we got 108.25. So we'll see. So up to this, decimal to other number systems and other number system to decimal, it is over. Now we'll see octal to binary like this. We'll see octal to binary, binary to hexadecimal, or hexadecimal to binary, binary to octal. This conversions we'll see. See, in this conversion decimal won't come. Correct? Decimal will never come. And one more thing, from hexadecimal to octal directly you cannot do. You have to convert. First easy method is, first you have to convert the hexadecimal to binary, then you can convert binary to octal. In the same way, from octal to hexadecimal also directly you cannot do. First you convert octal to binary, and from binary to hexadecimal, it is the easiest way. So we'll see how to convert octal to binary, that is base 8 to base 2. We'll see the example problem. Convert 154.20 to the base 2 to binary. So which means here it is an octal number. We should convert this octal number into binary. See, for octal to binary, you should know this 4 to 1 system. For that conversion, you should know this 4 to 1 system. Remember this 4 to 1 system. For 0, equivalent binary value is 0, 0, 0. For 1, equivalent binary value is 0, 1, 1. Because in this 4 to 1, where we have 1, here only I have 1. So put 1 here. And for 2, where I have 2, here I have 2. So put 1 here. And for 3, where I have 3, I don't have 3. But if I add 2 and 3, then I will be getting, 2 and 1, I will be getting 3. So put 1 here as well as here, which means 2 plus 1 is 3. Then for 4, yes, I have 4 here. So put 1, remaining zeros. For 5, 4 and 1 is 5, right? So put here 1, here 1, remaining is 0. And for 6, 4 and 2 is 6. So put 1 here 1, remaining 0. And for 7, 4 plus 2 plus 1. This is 7. So put 1 for all the 3 variables. So 0 means 0, 0, 0, 1 means 0, 0, 1, 2 means 0, 1, 0, 3 means 0, 1, 1, 4 means 100, 5 means 101, 6 means 110, 7 means 111. So this system we have to use here. See, what is the given value? 154.20, right? See, 1 is the octal number. Now I need to get binary value for this octal number. See, 1 means 001. So put here 001. And 5 means, see here, 5 means 101. So 101. 4 means 100. So 100. 2 means 010. Right? 0 means 000. And this is what the answer we got. 001001100.010000. So after decimal point, this zeros has no value. So we can remove the 0 after 1. After 1, the zeros doesn't have any value. So you can remove that 0. And before this 1 also, 2 zeros are there, no? This 2 zeros doesn't have any value. You can remove it. So this is what the final answer, 1101100.01. This is the binary equivalent. I hope you understand how to convert octal to binary. Now we will see octal to hexadecimal, that is base 8 to base 16. So we'll see example problem. Convert 154.20 to the base 8 to hexadecimal. See, octal number given, this is octal number. We need to convert this octal number into hexadecimal. So first what we have to do, as I told you already, in this you just observe, octal to hexadecimal directly you cannot do. First you have to convert octal to binary. From binary to hexadecimal, it is very easy to get. So in the same way, here we are going to do 154.20. If I convert this into binary, already we done that. See, here also we done the same value I am taking here. So 001, 101, 100, 010, 000. So this is what the final answer. But I don't want binary. I want actually hexadecimal, right? So what here we have to do, group the 4 digits. Make a 4 digits as one group. See, that is what I am doing. Before fraction point, this radix point, you should start the grouping of digits from right to left. After radix point, you should start from left to right. Remember, see here I am making this 4 digits as one group and this 4 as one group, and here I am not having 4 digits, so I need to add zeros. I have only 1 0 here, so the remaining 3 zeros I just add to get one group. Similarly, here also I should start from this side. For integer part, you should start from right to left. For fraction part, you should start from left to right. Remember, this 4 digits I make it as one group, and here this 4 digits I am not having here 4 digits, only 2 digits. Remaining 2 zeros just simply I add to make a group. Remember, and I got this groups. Now how I am going to get this hexadecimal values from this binary values, we'll see in this tabular column. See, in this tabular column it is clearly given this is 8421 system, which means this is used for binary to hexadecimal or hexadecimal to binary. For this conversion, for that conversion, this will be useful. So 0 means 0000, 1 means 0001, 2 means 0010, 3 means like this. It will continue up to F. F means 1111. Alright. So if you have any doubt in this, please ask me. So according to this, we got a values here we got an answer like this. 0 0 0 0 means 0, 0 1 1 0 means 6, 1 1 0 0 means C, 0 1 0 0 means 4, again 0 0 0 means 0. Finally, the answer is C6.4. Sorry, 6C.4. This is what the final answer. And then last one is hexadecimal to binary. That is base 16 to base 2. And this method we know already. From this truth table, we can convert it easily. 6 means 0 1 1 0 like that. C means 1 1 0 0 like that. From this truth table, you can directly convert it. And last one, hexadecimal to octal, that is base 16 to base 8. So we took an example problem, 6C.4 to octal. Here what we need to do, already I told you, hexadecimal to octal or octal to hexadecimal. First what we need to do, first we need to convert it into binary. Then from binary you can convert into any other number system. See, first what we did, this is a hexadecimal number, that's why I convert it into binary form with the help of this truth table. Then I make it a 3 digits as one group. Why I make it 3 digits as one group? Because I want octal number. So 3 digits I make it as one group. And integer part means you should start from right to left, and fraction part means left to right. Wherever the digits are not in 3 number, there you have to add zeros. Okay. So that's all about the conversions. Now we'll see identities. A plus 0 is A plus 1 is 1, A plus A is A plus A bar is 1. Just see this one, addition, these 4 are addition base, these 4 are multiplication. So this is the identities, we should remember this. So we'll see about logic gates. So this logic gates PDF I will send. Once go through this, if you have any doubt you can ask me, because this is theory part. As it is, whatever is given here, that you have to prepare it. Symbol and truth table you should draw. This question will come for 8 marks. Next one is very important topic, that is De Morgan's theorem. So there are 2 laws in the De Morgan's theorem. First one is the complement of sum of the variables ABC is equal to the product of their individual complements. A plus B plus C whole bar equal to A bar dot B bar dot C bar. See, this I derived for 3 variables. Sometimes in exam 2 variable also they will ask. If they ask 2 variable means remove this C. Remove this C. Only take AB. Okay. And logical diagram given here. After logic gates, just go through this one, then you can understand it clearly. And here also in truth table we proved that A plus B plus C whole bar and A bar dot B bar dot C bar both are equal, like that we proved. And this PDF also I will send. As it is, whatever is there that you write, and this is very important, 8 mark question. Now instead of addition we take multiplication, and instead of multiplication we take addition here. That is the second law. And this is, once you understand the logic gate, you can understand this easily. Then finally truth table, we proved that this LHS and RHS are equal. Through this tabular column we proved that both are equal. Then we'll see the ones complement problems. Very important, maybe somewhat tricky problem. Some students feel tough. See, ones complement means replacing all ones by zeros and all zeros by ones. Remember, in the binary number system, this is in the binary numbers only. This ones complement is applicable for only binary number system. See, how can you get ones complement value means just by replacing zeros, wherever zero you have, put 1. Wherever 1 you have, put 0. That's it. So we'll see example problem. Subtract 26 minus 12 using 1's complement. See which number is this? Decimal number, because base value is 10. Which number is this? Decimal number. Why? Because base value is 10. Right? See, to do this subtraction, we should know these cases. There are two cases. Case number 1 is n1, n2 is there, no? n1 means first number, second number. n1 means first number, n2 means second number. See here, two numbers are there, no? 26 is a number, first number, 12 is a second number, right? So in this two number, case number 1, for example, case 1, if n1 is greater than n2, n1 is greater than n2, which means first number, if it is greater than second number, then we have to do like this. First, n1 plus 1's complement of n2. Second step is add carry with LSB. LSB means least significant bit, or otherwise we can say rightmost binary digit. Second case, if suppose n1 is less than n2, what we need to do means first step n1 plus 1's complement of n2. Second step is no carry generated. Here carry will be generated, here carry will not be generated. Here you need to add the carry with LSB, here no carry. Right? Remember this. See, according to this, the given problem, now here no problem is given, right? In this problem, which case is matching? First case is matching, right? Because 26 is greater than 12. So this is a case 1 type, right? See here, here 26 is greater than 12. So it is a case 1 type. So first what we need to do now, first we have to convert the decimal numbers into binary form. See 26 is given, right? Decimal number is given. First we need to convert it into binary form. How we have to convert decimal to binary? This is a method, right? Right. So dividing, because fraction part is not given, only integer part is given. So divide by 2, then I got the binary equivalent 11010 for 26. For 12, divide by 2 in the same way, we got 1100, right? So write that value 11010, 1100, and I add 0 here. See here, I add the 0 here because both numbers should be in equal length. See here, here it has 5 digits, but it has only 4 digits. Like this should not be there. Both should be in equal length. So you need to add 0 here, left hand side, not right hand side. Right? And this is the first number and this is the second number, right? And according to here whatever is given, n1 plus 1's complement of n2. See, second number's 1's complement we need to calculate. So here we done. This is the second number. 1's complement of 01100 is, already I told you 1's complement is very easy. Wherever you have 0, put 1. Wherever 1, put 0. So 10011. Then add this with first number. See here that addition I done here. See 11010, 10011. Add this one. 01 is 1, 11 is 10. So 0 here and remainder is 1. And 1 here, and 1. See here carry is generated. That carry you should add with this LSB, means least significant bit. Then again you have to add 0, 1, 1, 1, 0. This is what the final answer. Right? So we'll see the next problem. See example problem. Subtract 45 minus 22 using 1's complement.